Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, let me show you a couple of beautiful sunsets here as we made our way across our area as we went throughout our Wednesday evening. Look at that. West Haven really shining there with that sun beginning to set below the horizon with those high clouds in the sky. Thanks to Doug for sharing that with us. Clearfield, we've got again those clouds breaking apart there. A nice evening setting up there. Of course, Salt Lake City. Meg Roberts always sending in the beautiful sunsets around the Salt Lake Valley. And we're going to thank Scott for sending in this great shot here in the Cedar City area. So those clouds adding texture to the sky, and that was pretty much about it. Really no precipitation or anything like that to worry about with that system. Temperatures in the upper 20s up towards Cache Valley, low 40s along the Wasatch Front, 30s and 40s here from Castle Country over towards the West Desert, and temperatures in the 40s as far south as St. George. So it's a little warmer this morning than the past couple of days, and as we kick in that southwesterly wind later on today, it'll turn breezy this afternoon. That'll help boost these temperatures up, which is usually the case when you get a southwesterly wind, and that means we're going to be seeing temperatures potentially 20 to 25 degrees above average. In fact, we'll call it record watch here in Salt Lake City for you today. I'm forecasting 70. The previous record was 70, set back in 1953. So there's a very good chance we could either tie or break that record. But either way, it's going to be very warm as we progress throughout the rest of the day with those temperatures, again, expected well above average across the state. All right, here's a look at the weather map, and you can see our next storm system beginning to approach the west coast, but notice how it's doing the 1-2 split. One part going up into Canada, the other part in California. The part in California will eventually affect us, but it will not be right away. So when it was earlier this week, of course, looking like it was going to be a Friday event, looks like it's going to be delayed till about Sunday. So you can see as the system moves our way, it splits, and then we can still see a couple of passing showers in the void here as we go throughout our Friday, but I wouldn't worry too much about measurable rainfall throughout your Friday. But then as we go into Saturday morning, we'll have some clouds back on the increase across the state. But look at that. Yeah, that second part of that system really starts to strengthen as it cuts off to our south and gets a little stronger, and it'll move our way starting Saturday night into Sunday. You can see that here with this cutoff low pressure by itself getting lifted back into the main storm track, and that'll bring some wet conditions back into the area Sunday into Monday. And look at this. We could be tracking more storms behind it, so we could have another storm that could follow it Tuesday into Wednesday with more wet weather. And believe it or not, there's another one lined up off to the west. So we're going to get in a much more active pattern, about a quarter to a half an inch across northern Utah with this system over the first system, and then maybe potentially up to an inch across the south with the first system. And again, there's more precipitation beyond that. So St. George, mid to upper 70s, we'll drop it into the 50s with those increasing rain chances Sunday into next week. The Wasatch Front near 70 today with increasing rain chances Sunday through Wednesday. All right, let's get a check on what's going on here with your traffic here as we take a look here. We're working to get a little bit more information on this incident that looks to have occurred here at 215 eastbound here. This is, of course, making your way off towards the eastern half of the area. Again, around the Holiday area, be aware. Looks like we've got an accident that is causing traffic to be reduced to one lane. And we're watching a traffic situation here on the west and the southbound side here in West Valley City, where we've also had some major delays. But looks like they've cleared up the accident, but still traffic backed up quite a bit. We'll have more air traffic and weather coming up throughout the morning. But for now, let's get you back over to Matt and Alyssa.